Hello, it's Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, and I have just an updated video of things that I've been making. One of them is a bag, some amigurumi, and a little bit of a fabric haul. I mentioned in my last video that
Tula Pink fabrics
has been a favorite right now. And wait till you see this latest bag. I'm really excited. So this week I was working on some yarn that I wanted to get rid of, and this was a color changing yarn, but quickly. It wasn't very long pieces of color. Let me show you. Look at this. What do you think of my little owl? Now this is a pattern by Made Easy. The book that I have is a digital copy, so I purchased a digital copy. I have quite a few books that are just digitally, and so Amigurumi Made Easy, I believe it is, one of a great designer. So this is the owl, and you would think that these were hard to make, but they're not. And at first I wasn't liking how he was coming out, and then he grew on me. So I was finishing up some yarn, and I think the only mistake I made was that I was supposed to put his eyes a little more narrower rather than here. It was really hard to insert these safety eyes in these tight stitches, so not easy to do. And so I was finishing up this yarn. I had previously done this little bunny from Little Amigurumi, a tutorial. This was based off a new YouTube channel that's called Little Amigurumi, and she has a ton of little patterns like this that are so cute, and the frog one was really darling. So I had these two, and I was able to finish that yarn. And then I used some of the TL Yarn Crafts yarn just to give it a little bit of a different color, because I just did not know what colors to put in there. And I think now that I'm looking at my owl, he looks slightly off. There we go. There we go. And this, he's cute. So yeah, I'm really glad I finished it. It did take me a long time because I wasn't feeling the yarn and how he was coming out, and I just wanted him to be more bright. But little did I know, he did come out super cute. So yeah, there's my little owl. I really like him. So I finished yarn, and if you followed along with a little video I did about my goals or plans for the 2024 year, so I'm able to finish color in 5 balls. So I'm really excited. But before I move on to my daughter's blanket, which used up a lot of that yarn, is the mouse that I was making. This little mouse girl, I forgot to mention that her ears, I used that, I don't know what it's called, this little fuzzy yarn. Latte cakes, like that, I think. Anyways, I used those for her ears. And so I was supposed to be making a dress for her. And I was picking some colors, and I wanted to make the white dress. But what I was noticing is it's way, 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 way too big. So it's not going to fit her. Look at this. I think it's supposed to be her arms. Look. No. So I'm going to have to switch to a fingering weight yarn, which doesn't make sense because this is a Yarn ID yarn, which is on your higher end 4-weight yarn. So I don't know. Maybe I'll relook at the pattern, but this one isn't working out. And since it's not working out, I'm thinking of using this fingering weight, which is also white, but has that little more hand-dyed cottage look to it. Or this hot pink. We shall see. Now, this bag I'm going to show you, let me just tell you that from the beginning, I don't know how long it's been. It's been about a year that I've started sewing, and I would only break out my sewing machine about once a month. And usually it was to go sew and learn my sewing machine. So I was taking classes, and these classes roughly are around $40. But they're all day. So if you go one-on-one, to learn to sew, they charge you about $40 an hour, $35 to $50 an hour. But with a class where it's just more than one person in the class, they're able to charge $40, and that's still a lot. But this is something I really wanted to do, and I have no one who can teach me how to sew or use my machine. That was back in the beginning. And so I signed up for a bag every month. But some of those bags took more than one day to sew. And this is a bag that I started in January of 2023, and I just finished it in December of 2023. And this is the best bag I have made. Look at that. Now, this is my Leaping Lemurs bag. This is a Tula Pink fabric, and the colors just pop on this. And this zipper I just picked to make those colors pop. Very similar to the little zippy bags that I made not too long ago. This is Tula Pink fabric. This isn't, I don't think the black and white one is. I did that. I made that. So there's a zipper pouch here. I showed the beginning of this a few months ago. Not a few months ago, probably back in April. I showed March or April. It was probably called, I'll link it down below. So you saw this in pieces. And then this is an Bayani bag. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll have it listed down below. This is way beyond a beginner bag though. So I got a lot of help to finish this. And when I say a lot of help, I mean, I look through the pattern and then I second guess myself. So then I'll ask the teacher, is this what it's saying? Is this what it's not saying? And then, or to make sure I'm marking the right side, because it is just a foreign language to me, that Bayani bags, Bayani.com. This, I don't remember the name of it. This is by far my favorite bag out of all the bags that I've made. And, oh, this is so awesome. So I much prefer these handles than the one on my tote that I did not too long ago, because they're much thinner and it's just one, I forgot, the band is inside and then we just sew and insert it. So I much prefer that than the straps that you can buy. I like covering it with fabric. So there's a zipper pouch here, nice and roomy pouch. And then, I mean, this bag taught us so much. We have a magnetic clasp here and a nice big pocket. And then I have these removable. These are removable, so that's called the shoulder bag. The shoulder strap, I mean. And then inside, I used this hot pink, and there's, I don't know how many pockets. 3 pockets, plus this side that has the mesh, so with a zipper. Now, I want you to imagine, there is a really sad story, but with a good ending. about this bag. So I started it in January, and it was 3 days of cutting and lining and quilting. It's all quilted. And then all this, all of this. It's a lot for a beginner who didn't know how to sew. So 3 full days. So we go once a month and we go practice it. Now no one finished this bag, okay? And even people who have been sewing way longer than I have and have made quilts and bags and all kinds of stuff, but I still didn't finish. And then I was determined, because I liked all the aspects of it, the pockets and the inside and the mesh. And I'm like, I have to finish this bag. So I signed up for a one-on-one to complete this. And then the owner of my local sewing shop came in and saw that I was really working hard at it, but I was almost done. And so she was like, okay, just hang out with her some more and finish her bag so that she'd be done. Well, I was cutting, okay? See this right here? And this one right here? That is an oopsie. This isn't supposed to be here, and neither is this. Because I had my roller blade, my little blade that rolls, and I marked a spot, but I was also supposed to mark that spot for another spot to like sew to or something. Well, I lined up my ruler and the teacher's helping me, and she's like, okay, go ahead. And so I sliced through my bag that I have spent hours and hours on, days and days. And she about died, and I just was like in shock. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to make that again. It was so hard. This bag was so hard for a beginner and even for experts. And then some people who went ahead and, were very knowledgeable in sewing, they finished their bag, but they also made lots of mistakes. Like they did something backwards, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this without anybody watching me. And she was watching me, and I just slid right through my fabric. I slid it, and she watched and held the ruler. She was very upset, and she felt so bad because she knew how much time I put into this. Well, I just let it go. Let it go. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not getting that back. And she's like, well, leave me your fabric, leave me your stuff. Let me think about what I can do. And I gave her plenty of time because I'm in no hurry. Well, she did. She came up with a lovely solution, and she just added some of this. And I don't know if you can see it on the inside. So my bag has a scar right there. That is where I sliced it. So she just did a little back and forth and sewed this on so you could hide it on this side. And it's great. And I made like 8 different bags. This is my absolute favorite. I love this bag. So I'm so glad that she saved it. This bag almost didn't make it. It almost died. But this is going to be my bag. And not only that, it has in the bottom is a plastic thing for bags. I just love everything about it. Everything is quilted, and I just love it so much. It's my favorite bag. And I showed my husband, and he was so impressed with it. He's like, ooh, you should sell that. You could probably get $100 for it. I was like, I'm not selling that. That's more than any bag I ever This is the most expensive bag. I'm not selling it. Oh man, I really do love it. And I think once this was done, I just really, really fell in love with Tula Pink fabric. So in another video, I showed you another bag I made that was like a tote, a carry-all tote. And this is that ribbon that I was talking about. You see the teacups. Oh, you can see teacups and you can, oh my goodness, I just love it. This goes with my fabric. But what I really liked is that I want to make these little things. So look at, they use this ribbon to put on the strapped material, and you can make a key fob. So I really want to do that. These were 50% off, so that's why I bought them. Okay, there, look at those. See, those are some of the ones that I used. I believe I used this one and this one, and I used some roses. This was at my local sewing shop. Tula Pink fabric. It goes with all of her collections. And since I'm a bunny girl, she had a bunny fabric. I fell in love with her fabric. And so my hubs has been really impressed with my sewing skills, that I showed him the fabric that was like making my heart pound. And he's definitely wanting me, encouraging me, and being such a huge support because it's bringing me so much joy that I showed him this fabric and he bought it for me. Look at that. They're bunnies and moons and stars in hot pink and peaches color with some yellow. Oh, look at that. So he bought me that one. I've been saying that I want to do a raccoon. I got raccoon fabric. Look at the raccoon. Again, signature color. I don't know if you can see it very well. I think the light. So I got some raccoon fabric. One of my goals this year is to quilt. And so I'm wondering if I'll be able to quilt with this fabric. I don't know, because it's very loud. And the lion. Look at those colors. The blues, the turquoise, the pinks, the peaches and yellows, and little touches of green. Oh, I just love it. I don't think the camera is the right color, and then when I pull it back, it's just focusing on me instead of the fabric. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so there's the colors. There's the color. And then he bought me the Megafauna Everglow Fat Quarter Bundle by Tula Pink. She's coming out with a new line that's featuring dinosaurs in this type of way. So in her wild, crazy color designing way, they're going to be dinosaurs. Okay, this one is not my favorite, but it's cute. It's giraffes. Gosh, yeah, those colors are pretty true. So yeah, this is giraffes, very wild and crazy, right? This one is elephants. Look at the elephants. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just love all those pinks. So this is the elephants in pink. I believe there's another colorway. Yes. So it's also in blues. But I may not make a whole bag out of this or anything, but to put little accent pieces like a zipper bag or a zipper pocket with this fabric, I think it'd be cool. Okay, this is another colorway of the giraffes. So I think I like this one. Same thing with those little pops of color. Okay, and then I have the lions in a different colorway. The other one was pink. And this one is more peach. Oh, it's the same. So I have a lot of this one. So I have a yard of this and then the fat quarter of it. I would definitely like to fussy cut that one. And wait till you see these hippos. So I have it in 2 colorways. Pink hippos. And look at them. And they have like a bird, another bird, a butterfly. Yeah, so it's in 3 different ways. And the hippo is, you know, his legs are under the water in different positions. It's so cool. So I have it in pink and my signature color, turquoise. Okay, last one. The lion in green. Oh my. I like this one too. I like them all. So I'm becoming a huge fan of Tula Pink. I have no idea what I'm going to make with them yet, other than I've been making a lot of bags and I want to get very comfortable at making zippered bags and handbags. But even some of the products on here, we have a notions pouch and key fobs, just really cool things. And then this one has like a rabbit and cats on it. So cool. Okay, back to crochet. I finished my daughter's blanket. Now I just need a border and I would like your help, as you are sometimes it helps to see something in a camera and you can help me better than me seeing it in person. So I was playing yarn chicken with this, with the edging right here, and I finished 2 rows perfectly. So this is my daughter's blanket, and I'll probably show a picture of me laying it out. I'm not sure. But my daughter said she wanted these at the top. So these are the fancy ones that I really like. So I did do one in black and I did one in white. And that is called the Picasso square from Bag O' Day. And then these are just a mix match of all kinds of stars and moon and granny square style. So yeah. And then at the bottom of the blanket, she wanted all the hearts. So my question to you is, what color should I add another border? I was thinking white. My hub said red, and my daughter just wants it. Like, it's done, Mom. It's great. Give it to me. So what do you think I should border this? Because it's very loud, I feel like it needs a thicker border. And she also didn't want a border in between the big squares. She wants it all together. She's wild and crazy. And this was Wild at Heart Scrappy Granny Blanket. That's the name that I called it, because she's my wild at heart. And she likes, I think this is the back. There we go. This is the front. So what should I border it with? This is the yarn that I have left. My hub says red. And then I have one more roll of these, or this one, or white. And then I also have one roll of this, which will probably go around it once. These will probably go on a pillow. Someone suggested making a pillow for her, so I think I will do that. And it'll be perfect. It's going to be done by Valentine's Day, so I can give it to her Wild at Heart Granny Scrappy Blanket. So let me know what color border I should add to this. But right now it just has this. I'm just going to town with my goals. I'm currently going through all my 4-weight yarns and making a bunch of just random little 2 round granny squares. So These are my scrappy little true round granny squares, and I decided to block them on my new blocking board. This blocking board was made by BYC Crochet. I believe her name is Brenda, and I'll leave her information down below. She doesn't make a lot of videos, but I think her husband makes the boards, and then the pins come with it. And she asked me what I wanted it to say, so you can get one custom made for you. So it's called For the Love of Crochet, and this is my new blocking board. And I thought I'd give this a little block because, you know, all of them are not created equally. All the yarn is not created equally. Nor is my tension created equally. But I do like how nice it makes the squares to where they're much easier to assemble. Because on my daughter's blanket, it was a little rough, and I wished I had blocked them. So that's why with this scrappy one, I'm like, I'm gonna try blocking them. These are acrylic yarns, but it's nice that they're all uniform. So that's the first square. That's the second square. And here we go off. So I do like that it's not flimsy and wobbly, and some squares look smaller and bigger than the other. They get uniform. And then here is my last square. So there we go. Now I have a third square. I used the same yarn that I used for my daughter's blanket, that dark gray, to connect them, because I think I may have another one in the yarn closet. But yeah, so I really like it. So here's my board. And yeah, it has the design of the granny square stitches, and then on the back it has these little things that won't hurt your furniture. It's got some protection on it, and then she stamped it BYC Crochet. So yeah, and then of course these are removable. It came with 8 small pins and 8 large pins. I don't know if she's still selling them, but I will list her information down below. Okay, now I also am hosting Hooking Up with Books with my dear friend Cassandra at Craftably Ever After, where we read a book and then crochet something based off our inspiration of books. And that's because we really love reading as well as crocheting. And I put up a poll on my community tab. If you have not voted and you'd like to participate, I encourage you to go vote, because no, I'm sure it's too late now. So I'm sure voting has ended, and on the 15th, no, on Monday, Hooking Up with Books, and be sure to like and subscribe so you'll know what the book of the month is, although we're doing it for 2 months. And it's a lot of fun because we get to read and crochet something based off our inspiration. It could be the colors, or maybe a character, or even an animal in the story. So yeah, that is it for today. And thank you so much for joining me. I have a lot to keep me busy with all these fabrics and ribbons and plans for sewing, as well as crochet. All right, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.